UFC Fight Night Nashville goes down this weekend. Lewis versus Texeira in the main event. And I'm going to go through the full card, giving you all my picks and telling you who wins this week. I'm done asking or predicting. I'm telling this week. I'm going 12 from 12. And we got a pretty good card. Let me slide out of the way. Nice poster. I actually do like the poster as well here. Let me gauge what little sizing I'm going to be here. 12 fights on the card. And it's got a crowd, so that's exciting. Let me get out the way. And then the first fight on the night, we're just going to get straight into it. Fatima Kline versus Melissa Martinez. And this one is a little bit strange because the odds don't make sense. Melissa Martinez is the prospect herself. David Martinez's sister, as you all know. And Fatima Kline's pretty good. Like the biggest favorite on the card, good. That doesn't make any sense, but I will be picking Fatima Kline. Melissa's got a great chance to win, but I don't have the balls to pick her. Clearly, the odds makers know something. And we all were puzzled last time. She was a massive favourite against Dudikova, and that went pretty well. I'm going to pick her by submission here, having too much time on top where she eventually subs Melissa Martinez. I think it's this one here. In her debut, she got her O stolen by Elise Reed, but that's not that bad. She got taken down a few times, so they're imagining Fatima Kline's going to take her down as well. She also lost her debut, so it's not that bad to lose your debut. Definitely not huge underdog plus 700. Look at her, she's 27, Mexican, David Martinez. Like, I don't get it. I really don't get it. She's a minus 1,000 favourite, Fatima Kline, but this is back at her natural weight class, 115. She lost to Jasmine up at 125. I'm going to pick her here to win, obviously. She's a massive favourite. I don't have the balls to pick Melissa Martinez, but maybe there's some brave people out there picking Melissa this week. I know probably Deshaun will be. Yeah, God. Mike Davis versus Mitch Ramirez goes down at lightweight. And another just stupid minus 900 favourite guy versus Mitch Ramirez, who is a bum. Honestly, he's not that bad. 8-2. And the two losses are Prates and Moises. Moises in your debut and Prates on the Contender Series. Like, you can't really hold that against him. But he's just never shown us anything good. I don't know why he's getting matched up with Mike Davis, who is really good. Just lost to Faresiam, which you can't hold against him, obviously. Before that, beat guys like Borshev, Mason Jones. Not submitting Borshev, which led me to believe Borshev wouldn't get submitted by McKinney, but that's okay. Maybe Mike Davis is shit, and maybe I shouldn't pick him to rear naked choke Mitch Ramirez, but that's what I will be doing. He had a couple slick back takes and took Faresiam down a couple times. I reckon he'll take down Mitch Ramirez and submit him, but I'll move on to the funner ones. And this one is a fun one. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Valter Walker at heavyweight. And I'll be going Kennedy. I'll be going Nzechukwu for sure. Valter's got a great chance to pick an underdog. I think a lot of people will be picking him. He lost his debut. You know, how many times have I said that's fine? He was undefeated at the time, got his O stolen, and now it's back to heel hook verbal and then a heel hook. He finishes a lot of these guys too. He's got great grappling, but Nzechukwu is like a technical light heavyweight moving up in the prime of his career, looking great against shit guys. But I mean, Valter lost to Bursky, so there's something. I reckon he'll weather a storm, stay safe on the grappling. Look at him, he's in great shape. Like, that's a heavyweight right there, the African Savage. So, and usually he used to do really good work on the ground. At light heavyweight, not really good work, but he used to know what he was doing there, could enforce his grappling on some opponents. So I don't think he's going to be a fish out of water when it hits the mat. If he gets heel hooked, that would be insane. I reckon, and Valter's got, he's lacking on the feet big time. Bursky outworked him and stuff the takedowns and picked him apart. I reckon Nzechukwu is going to finish him in round 3, KO him eventually, maybe in round 2 and round 3, like break Valter. Valter slows down, but Valter's super funny and he has a story arc to him, so that could be why he wins. But then Kennedy is going to fight for the belt one day and be one of Tom Aspinall's many title defenses, so I'll be looking forward to that too. But yeah, the clean monster. Okay. All right, yeah, and I'm going to Tuco 3rd round TKO. He's just better, just way better than Valter Walker. And I don't think he's going to get out-grappled. He's a machine. All right, moving on to another gay massive favourite, not really that big, but pretty big. Eduarda Moura takes on Lauren Murphy. I completely forgot about Lauren Murphy. Was her last fight the Andrade fight? bloody hell, we haven't seen her in ages. But I'll be going Eduarda Moura here. She's a prospect herself. Got lost to a lot of undefeated people who got their O stolen on this card, it seems. She lost to Denise Gomes. Not that bad by split. Look at all the rear nakeds. I reckon she's going to get down Laura Murphy and submit a rear naked choke. I reckon Mike Davis gets a rear naked choke as well. And I reckon Fatima Kline gets a rear naked choke too. 3 rear naked chokes. You know what? If Valter Walker's heel hooks Nzechukwu, we might just have a submission card where everyone's getting subbed. I reckon Mike Davis definitely takes the back of Mitch Ramirez. It's just, does Mitch Ramirez tuck his chin well enough? Fatima Kline, surely she's going to have time on top. Eduarda, you just seen her record. She's got heaps of submissions. Laura Murphy shit. So yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about that one. I reckon I'll go 4-0, and I reckon a lot of you guys will as well, unless Valter Walker pulls something off, or unless one of these massive underdogs get it going. And let's move on to, well, there's only 2 more fights left on the prelims, and this one is finally a close contested bout where people will be going back and forth, and I'm going to go Chidi Njokuani to beat Jake Matthews, maybe by decision. Give Jake a bit of credit. I just don't think he's got what it takes here to beat Chidi. Chidi's been 3-0 since moving down to welterweight, and Reece McKee, that's not that bad to be close with. He kind of looked good recently, and he's looking better every time. His clinch game's insane. He's going to be able to hold Jake Matthews up against the fence in moments, knee him to the body well, and Jake Matthews has questionable chin. He can get hurt by big shots, getting rocked in like every round by Semmelsberger. Come on, dude. Come on. He looked good against Michael Morales, and then he's been looking good lately. Phil Rowe, that's a good win. Prado made it look easy, but Prado's shit. So I don't know. This is a close one, hence the odds. But I reckon Chidi's looking good. But if you're going off the age, 30, maybe Jake's coming into his prime, 36. But Jake's just never been that guy. I don't think. And Chidi, I believe in Chidi at welterweight. He's real technical. I don't think Jake's going to pressure him and like Derive took him down in moments. And Macau just ate everything and weathered the storm. And Robocop, you remember that? I don't think Jake's going to take a big shot and then really pour it on like he's going to need to. I reckon Chidi wins round 1, landing the better shots, wins round 2. I really do think Chidi wins this one. I reckon it's like way harder for Jake to find a method to win here than Chidi. This should be Chidi's fight. Way bigger, way technical. And his clinch game is insane. I like his clinch game. When people who, they know what they're doing and he minces people up with his knees and stuff, I like it. Maybe he knees Jake Matthews in the face, but he just did that last one. Right, and headliner of the prelims, Chris Curtis versus Max Griffin. I think this one's simple. Chris Curtis has the boxing edge. He's going to I don't even want to use the word school when it comes to Chris Curtis, but he's going to pick apart Max Griffin, land the better shots, and be better at boxing than Max Griffin is. And Max Griffin's bad. And just got submitted by Chiesa. And, how long does this win-loss thing that he does go for, though? Is there a bit of law to this? Did you just see that? Oh, no. Okay, no. Well, so he was on... Alright, so it doesn't really mean anything. Loss, win... A couple splits in there. I reckon Chris Curtis by decision. He has got knocked out a couple times. That's him knocking him out. Has he ever been knocked out? Colby Covington ground and pound. Okay. Chidi lost to Chidi. Damn, in 2015. That's crazy. There's something. Anything else fun? Nope. No, but yeah, he's got a good chin. Shitty grappling, but good chin. And Chris Curtis, he doesn't even really have the pop anymore. Remember when he came onto the scene, KO'd Phil Hawes? I know that's not good, but he was a massive underdog. And then KO'd Brendan Allen on short notice? God, I liked him there. Now he's a sooky bitch. Also, something to note though, this is his first time down at welterweight, so maybe we see a better version of him. He just looked pretty good against Kopylov and was actually coming alive there before Kopylov cheated and kicked him in the dick and then recovered. So I like it. And moving on to the first fight on the main card, Junior Tafa takes on Tuco Tokkos at light heavyweight, Junior's light heavyweight debut, where we always expected him to be when he came across, but he just never was disciplined enough to get down there. Have anyone seen the photo of Junior Tafa going around this week? Oh, he looks in great shape. He looks fucking... He looks good. He looks really good. I don't think he's going to sleep Tuco Tokkos in the first round here, who is dog shit as fuck. Maybe people will say, well, he went to a decision with Navajo Sterling. Kind of everyone does, it seems. But also, he looked so shit in that fight. He was completely gassed after round 1. Doesn't take his career serious. Is a laughing stock. Getting submitted by Umar Sy in the first round looks terrible as well. Honestly, looks terrible. Who's he ever beat? Just guys that no one's ever heard of. Yeah, he's terrible. Oh, Zhang Ming Yang slaughtered him. Slaughtered his chin. I reckon Junior sleeps him here in the first round. And we see a really good Junior. The best Junior we've seen. Tuco Tokkos can maybe grapple here. That's his only chance, but I don't think it's going to happen. And now we move on to what I've been waiting for. This is where it gets serious. Vitor Petrino versus Austen Lane. The card's been so simple. You've been thinking, well, this is a boring prediction video. He's gone Junior. He's gone Tafa, Chidi. Like, have I surprised you with any of my picks? Well, now I'm about to. Because Vitor Petrino takes on Austen Lane in Vitor's heavyweight debut. Both of them coming off brutal one-punch flatline KOs. But Lane's used to it. Lane has come back from KOs before. Vitor's never been slaughtered in his career like that. He's a massive underdog, and I will be taking Dijon Lane, Austen Lane to beat Vitor Petrino by decision. I believe in him here. He actually was looking pretty good against Mario Pinto, staying really active. I reckon he's going to be way more active. And Vitor Petrino kind of was beating Jacoby, but he just looks so bad, even though he looks so good in shape and looks like, oh my God, I do not want to fight that guy. He's just like constantly looking for a check hook as people come in, not throwing a jab. I don't think he can grapple here at all. Austen Lane's a huge guy and athlete who can actually grapple a little bit himself. Like took down Deniz, took down, Despain in a lot and won that fight. And took down Despain, didn't just stand with him the whole fight. So he's actually got a little bit of a brain there. His boxing defense is shit and he's slow, but I reckon he's going to land more than Vitor Petrino. I don't think he's going to get knocked out here, but that's definitely how Vitor wins. Maybe Lane's just got no chin. He's taken 3 brutal KOs now in the UFC. But I don't know, I just reckon Vitor's a glass cannon who you can't trust. Both of these guys are shit. Honestly, I used to think Vitor was maybe good, but both of these guys are shit. I reckon Lane's going to get the jump on him at heavyweight, landing way more, and Vitor just not getting going. Everyone's like, God, Vitor's so bad. He's going to kill a lot of multis, and Lane's just going to do better than him, maybe even KO him. And Lane's going to look pretty good. He's got good kicks. He's got good volume, good cardio. He's a good athlete, but he's got terrible boxing defense, and he doesn't get out of the pocket. But I think Vitor's terrible as well. Doesn't like set up a good KO really, or throw a good 1-2. I don't even know what he does. I'm going Austen Lane here as a massive underdog. Come on, Austen. All right, moving on to another one. Nate Landwehr versus Morgan Charriere. I reckon Morgan definitely wins this one. Probably sleeps Nate Landwehr at some point. I think this one should be a fairly simple one. He just lost to Nathaniel Wood, who's a beast, who would absolutely ruin Nate Landwehr's day. Maybe he has a susceptibility to losing to Nate Wood. I don't know if that... And he should have beaten Chepe, I thought. But anyway, he looked really good. These are guys that slaughter Nate. Nate is bad. He got beaten the fuck out of by Duho Choi, who I picked. A lot of people picked Nate to beat him. Somehow slept Jamal Emmers in the first round. But that's okay. And then Denige dropped him a bit. I reckon Morgan puts him away in round 2. Morgan loves a round 2 knockout as well. He's got a couple of them. Is this one here? Maybe? No, that's the first. I can't remember, but this one was the second. I wish they told ya, dogs. That one's the second too. I actually don't know. Wait, let's just look. Hey, I've got you here. If you're here at the Morgan Charriere, Nate Landwehr prediction part, you're a good guy. You're a good guy and you want to be here to talk about UFC. So we're going to look round 2, round 1. I thought so. Round 3. Alright, so there was nothing to me saying he likes to do it in round 2. But if you are still here, comment Gabagool, so I know that you're a true fan. Gabagool. I'm spitting everywhere. Alright, moving on. Morgan Charriere wins this one. Way too technical. Nate's so hittable, so chinnable. No, not even really that chinnable. Dan Ige didn't sleep him, but I reckon he's shit and so technically flawed and just a wild guy. He's not going to pour it on Morgan Charriere and gas him out. Yeah, Morgan's got that one. He should be a lock, really. All right, moving on to the featured fight. And this is a good one. The main card's pretty good. They're all going to be good fights. Chidi, Chris Curtis, but there's nothing blowing you away, and there's no like good story. Like there's nothing that you really get out of the card. You won't be the aftermath a couple days later won't be, oh my god, how about that guy? There's probably not going to be any of that. But it'll be like, yeah, that fight was good. Calvin Kattar versus Steve Garcia at featherweight. And I'll be taking Kattar to get back in the win column. It's about time. He's a great boxer. And he's not going to get fucking chinned. He's not going to get chinned by Steve Garcia. I can see Steve Garcia getting a little bit wild and gassing out here. And Kattar's got great boxing defense. He is technical. And look at all these names. Emmett, Adeline, Sterling, Zalao. And look at what Garcia's doing. Nelson, Sungwoo Choi, Costa. Melky's good, but Nerdy and Mbeke, Chase Hooper. There's levels. Chase Hooper at featherweight 3 years ago when he was fucking 22. So yeah, Giga Chikadze. I feel like a lot of people would pick Giga to beat Steve, but that's not the point. I just think, now what's the age gap? 33, 37, that's not even that bad. And also, Steve was fairly active. 9 months is a little bit compared to what he was doing. I feel like 3 months. I feel like we'll seeing Steve Garcia all the time, and now it's been ages. He's had a couple fights with Edson Barboza that have been cancelled. And I think we see more and more again that Kelvin Gastelum doesn't get knocked out by Joe Pyfer. You pick these guys with granite chins to finally get finished. It just doesn't happen. They've got the chin for a reason. I don't think Steve Garcia is that good technically. I don't think he's going to be able to get Calvin Kattar to the floor here. Zalao barely could. You're not Aljamain Sterling, who's a fucking beast. And I reckon I can see him gassing. I don't know how he goes for a 3-round decision. We haven't seen him do that in fucking years. It's been ages. He's been KOing everyone in the first round and getting into wild scraps. And I don't think you're going to beat Calvin Kattar if you get into a wild scrap. I can even see Kattar knocking him out. Steve Garcia's been chinned a couple times badly. He's been laid out. Nerdy and Mbeke dropped the fuck out of him before he even got KO'd. So I wouldn't be surprised if Kattar knocks out Steve, but I'm going to go Kattar rounds 2 and 3 decision, boxing edge, beats up Steve Garcia a bit, maybe lays him out in round 3, I don't know. All right, co-main event time. God, is that pissing you guys off? Nah, we'll just keep going. Wonderboy Thompson versus Gabriel Bonfim in the co-main event, and I'm picking Bonfim to take down Wonderboy and submit him in the first round. Maybe Wonderboy ends up on all fours and he gets Bonfim's classic Gilly or classic Das. Maybe it's just a decision where he gets him down, but I reckon this is easy. This should be easy. Buckley got him down in moments. Bonfim's 10 times the grappler that Joaquin Buckley is. He's a really good grappler. He's 27, lost his own. He's really good. I do think Bonfim's good. He doesn't have a lot of pop in his shots, but his boxing's technical enough, and I think he's going to go for the grappling early, not get himself down, but get Wonderboy down, and Wonderboy's going to give up something. There's going to be a moment where Bonfim finds a choke. Bonfim's he's superb at finding these chokes. So let's look at all of his chokes for a second so you can see how good of chokes he is. Das choke there. Decision after he gassed out. That always happens. And then look at this. Guillotine, mounted guillotine, Von Flu, Das, punches, rear naked, arm triangle, guillotine, rear naked triangle. Like God. He just loves jiu-jitsu. And he loves submitting guys. And Wonderboy's 42 and doesn't have it anymore. And my thing's dying, but main event time. Derrick Lewis versus Tallison Texeira, and I will be going Tallison, of course. I get why he doesn't win this one. Should be a chance to pick against him eventually. He's 25, 8-0. A lot of first round finishes. It stinks. It's scary. But he is a beast. He's 6'7", trains with Andre Lima and at a great Brazilian gym. He's got good eyes, good power, good chin as well. He's got a little bit of a grappling game he's got everything. He's really good. He's a prospect for a reason. He should be able to fuck Derrick Lewis up here, not get clipped by a big shot. Derrick's obviously got his puncher's chance. He's 40 now. I get picking him. He's got 29 UFC fights. Texeira has 1. But Texeira's a fucking gun. Texeira's a gun. We've exchanged messages on Instagram. We're friends. This should be him all day. Another fat fuck. like with good KO power. Tallison should eat this guy alive with big body kicks at range, head kicks even, push him up against the fence and knee him to the body big time, elbows, sharpness. Like, God, he's just got everything here to beat him. I don't think he gets taken down either. He should fuck Derrick Lewis up and KO him early in the first round. Texeira all day. It would suck if he loses to Derrick Lewis, because it just wouldn't make sense. It would just be one of those losses that he has to take. Much like a lot of people on this card, like Bonfim lost to Dalby, you wouldn't want that to happen. Eduarda Moura to Gomes. Valter Walker to Burski. Look at all these undefeated fighters with that one loss that they needed to take to make them better when they were younger, and 2 green and 2 on a finishing thing. Like you can see that for Tallison in the main event, but I don't think Derrick Lewis is the guy to do it. He's not technical, he's slow. Tallison's way faster. He's just got everything to beat Derrick Lewis. He should beat him every day of the week here. And Tallison's going to sleep him in the first round with a big knee to the body. Maybe he pushes him against the fence and does it, but knees him to the body. And I think I'm going to go 12-0 here. I think I'm going to get every single fight right. I really do. A really good feeling about this week's card. I reckon I'm going to get Austen Lane and have so much aura for it. And I won't recap the card there. You got the idea. I'm going to go 12-0. And I think a lot of finishes. And this card's going to be pretty fun. Like Garcia, Kattar is going to be fun. Morgan, Nate has to be. Lane, Petrino should be. Tafa, Tucos. Curtis, Max, that will be okay. Matthews, Chidi. Nzechukwu, Valter's super interesting. The main card will be good. I reckon this card will be enjoyable. And anything with a crowd, anything with they go to a random town in USA, the crowd will be popping. They'll be on the beers. So I'm excited for this week. Excited. And then we got a pay-per-view next week, which is crazy. We got a pay-per-view next week. What the frizz goblet? All right. 21 minutes of extraordinaire. I've washed my hair today, if you can tell. Of course you can, because I look like a stupid little girl with a big fringe. All right. See you guys later. And hey, man.